All right, I've been traveling a lot, so this one's going to hit me on a personal level. AITA. For refusing to go back to my originally assigned seat on the plane. Throwaway. English is not my main language. Just apologies for the mistakes. Hey, man, based on 90% of the stories that I read on this subreddit, I think most people typing here, English isn't their first language. I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. I, 31F, was traveling today with my 19-month-old son on a plane on a 3-hour flight. My son, being under 2, has to sit on my lap. I also had a big backpack with all the necessities that I keep on the floor and easily accessible. It can get crowded fast, but it's just how it is when you travel alone with a young child. True. This all adds up. I got assigned a random seat, 12C at checkup, and ended up being in a row with no other empty seat. Although I appreciate it when there is an empty seat next to me, as it greatly improves our flight experience. It's not an expectation I have, and I never asked for it at checkup. Okay. Once the boarding was completed, but before takeoff, a flight attendant came to me and offered to move us 3 rows up 9C because there were 2 seats available, and that they usually try to accommodate people with young infants. I was delighted and accepted right away. The flight attendant helped me move my things and explained the situation to the other passenger on row 9. The passenger did not appreciate it at all. She started complaining to the flight attendant that she was planning to sleep on the flight and that it would be impossible now, that she specifically chose this seat while checking online because the row was empty and it's going to be a nightmare now. The flight attendant simply explained that both my seats, old and new, are standard, that the woman only paid for her own seat, and that their policy is trying to accommodate young parents if possible. I don't think this other woman sounds like an asshole. This other woman sounds like an asshole. If I'm being real with you, but I don't know. I could be wrong. The woman then told me that I should be ashamed to impose all this noise on people that are just trying to enjoy their flight. No one is enjoying a flight. What do you mean enjoying a flight? I've never been on a plane and been excited. It's never happened. It is just, I tolerate flying. I fly a lot and I tolerate it. It is there. It is like riding the bus, but in the sky. You know, for a couple hours, I'm just chilling. Get me to where I need. It's not like an experience. It is traveling. I don't know, whatever. Especially since it wasn't even my seat and I didn't pay for it, but she's a kid. She has a kid, I mean. Honestly, I'm really not good with confrontation. I usually end up either crying or apologizing, so I just ignored her all the way, as if she didn't speak at all. Then got her even more angry, but she finally stopped complaining after a while. I mean, that's funny. That's like the funniest thing you can do. I wish I could do that. I'm like annoyingly confrontational. The idea of like somebody getting mad at me and me just like, okay, like not even really acknowledging anything. That's a superpower that you have. I wish I could do that, but I don't know. My son ended up crying only once. I got some stinky eye and some other rude comments, but all in all, the flight was way more comfortable for us this way. So I don't think you're an asshole here. I think that the flight attendant helped you and you met an asshole. I don't think you're an asshole for the flight attendant. I don't know. To address some recurring themes, the bag can fit under the seat. It was there during takeoff and landing. It was on the floor the rest of the time for easy access. I figured that's what you meant. You can't, because they won't let you take the bag if it can't slide under the seat. You know what I mean? If it's too big to slide under the seat, they won't let you keep it there. But you pulling it out after you take off, and I understand what you're saying. Not that big of a deal. My son was on my lap the whole flight as per flight attendant demand. The extra seat was just extra space to feel less crowded and not bump elbows. I'm overweight, yes, but not extremely so. I haven't lost all my pregnancy weight yet. Oh, so you were sitting in the aisle, most likely, and you weren't even having your kids sit in the other seat. You're just taking the extra room. I'm from Europe. My son has to be in my lap. The flight attendant insisted on it when she offered me to switch seats. We aren't allowed to bring car seats, just us. They go with the luggage. I can't afford to buy an extra seat just to have more space, as my son isn't allowed to sit there yet. Not the asshole. You paid for a seat. The airline accommodated you and explained the other passenger. You know, you realize you can randomly get free upgrades on flights too. So is anyone that accepts a free upgrade, are they assholes? If you get a free upgrade to first class, if you accept that, are you an asshole because you didn't actually pay for the first class seat? I don't know. Yeah, this other person sucks, and I can't really imagine that any of the top comments are going to be people saying that the main character here is an asshole as opposed to the other lady in the seat, but I know for sure there are going to be some kid-free people on Reddit. Has to sit on my lap. No, he doesn't. Parents don't want to pay for a seat their young kid and bring $20 for a carry harness, blah, blah, blah. Not the asshole for keeping the seats the airline gave you. If your book bag was too big for under seat storage and you didn't put it in the overhead, you're the asshole for that. I mean, she wouldn't be allowed to. They would tell her to put it in the overhead. I'm not going to give judgment, but as a person who does not like kids, I can't even imagine. Imagine, like, you're anti-human at this point. You're anti-human. Removed. Anti-kid people, I think you're like anti-human. You're psyops. You're planted by the government in order to convince people to not have children. You're anti-human, inherently. This is like, okay, listen, we're not into conspiracy theories, okay? It's a joke, all right? So I know some people get real worked up when I say something because I don't clarify enough if it's a joke. I feel like maybe that's one that I have to. There's nothing wrong with being kid-free. Just don't make it a personality trait. You know what I mean? I'm the one that doesn't like kids. Okay, I don't read some books. Like, next time, come at me with a better fun fact. I want to hear that you read 100 books last year. That's a cooler fun fact than I don't like kids. I have some real animosity towards it's mainly because of just how much they turn that into a personality trait sometimes. I don't know what it is about the non-kid people, but like, be kid free, but like, why are you making like TikTok videos about it? I don't need to hear. I don't care. Like, it's like you're promoting it or something. It's strange. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and make videos talking about like I'd be having babies. Like, it's not. I don't know. It's a weird. So it does go both ways, by the way. Like, they make their kids like their entire personality? I don't know. This type of comment is exactly why OP is not the asshole. Why is it normal for a person to come out and say, I don't like kids, and act as if they're entitled to go around like that? Replace kids for any other age. Oh, God. What do you expect on a flight? Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy to like be on a flight and not expect that somebody could have bought those tickets last minute. The amount of times I'm about to board a flight and I see that it's like still got plenty of seats available, but then it very, very quickly fills up. You never know, man. Your baby did not have to sit on your lap. You just did not want to pay for a seat for them. Babies get strapped in scenes on car plates in their own seat. I mean, I haven't always known that to be true either. The fact that they have to sit in a booster seat. But even then, it's like on top of that, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she just couldn't afford another seat, which it would suck. I don't know. I'm not even going to touch it. Everyone sucks here after reading your comments. You're a plus-size woman with a toddler and a big bag in front of you. That impedes access for other people in your row. But if it slides under... Okay. You can purchase a seat for your toddler, but you won't because it's too expensive. It does feel like you're hoping to get an extra seat for free. You should at least travel with luggages that fit under the seat or in the space above you. That lady was rude. She didn't pay for the other seats, so she can't ban children because she wants to sleep. I mean, do they not? I mean, I guess it depends on the airline, but like, I feel like if my bag doesn't fit under the seat, then they tell me to put it in the overhead storage. Every time, for that exact reason. It can't, like, if it cannot get under that seat, then they won't let you keep it there. Am I crazy? I don't know. Maybe some airlines don't do that. Maybe they're not as picky. Her carry-on is a standard size. She just leaves it by her feet, which impedes others. It's supposed to go overhead or all the way under the seat in front of you. OP needs to learn to travel etiquette or stop flying, because what the fuck would it be? But you could also just kick it under. Am I smoking crack? I feel like if the person wants to get out of their seat and go to the bathroom, you can very easily kick that bag under the seat and then get up. I don't know. I feel like we're getting real hyped on the bag, but the bag obviously fits. Buy an extra seat to accommodate your kid, and the backpack you admit is in the way of others. The kid doesn't have to sit on your lap. Am I missing something here about the... You leave it on the floor for extra access. It was on the floor the rest of the time for easy access. It can fit under the seat. But that's what I'm saying. Like, do people not think that there's a potential that if the person needs to get up to go to the bathroom, you can't just, like, very quickly... Like, it takes me 2 seconds to push a bag back underneath the seat. I don't know. I feel like it's not super. I feel like maybe I hate this other woman so much because of how randomly aggressive she is. There's no way. I'd be crazy confrontational with this bitch. Good for you for not being confrontational. Like, bitch, first off, shut up. Like, I'm already feeling awkward about taking this little upgrade here. Because, like, you know, I didn't pay for it. But you know what? I'm going to take it because it's nice to have the extra space, okay? I don't want to hear your shit. You wanted to get on a flight and you didn't think there could potentially be a kid somewhere near you? Anyways, not the asshole in my eyes.